Right then, I've just had a phone call from a friend of mine, Mr. Briggs, and he says that he's been on the internet all morning trying to buy one of these Chinese diesel heater things. Because apparently it's all the rage now, everybody's going for it and installing them in the workshops and things. It's supposed to be cheap, free heat. Now, I've got this one down there. I don't know if you can see it or not. One of these space heater things that runs on diesel. And yesterday it packed up, stopped working. I don't know if it's the injector or if it's the motor, I don't know. So I've had it in bits, can't seem to do anything with it. So, just dawned on me, I reckon I've got one of these Chinese diesel heaters somewhere in a box, somewhere in the workshop. So I'm going to go and see if I can find it, and if it's all there, I'm going to get it out and we're going to install it in the workshop to warm the warm workshop up. That's the clean area. This is the messy side. So let me go and see whether I can find it on this shelf, because I reckon it's round here. I'll turn the camera around. It's somewhere in here, but where? It's in a brown cardboard box. Ah, hang on. There's my chainsaw. Get that out of the way. What that is. Sorry about the light, it's a bit dark in here. Right, hang on. Get this down. Right, I'm on the top of the shelf, and it was up there next to the old wind turbine when we went on the eco thing a couple of years ago, trying to harness the wind power to charge some batteries, but it didn't work. It's not big enough. But I found this, so let's have a look in this box, see what's in it. Oh, try not to break my neck getting down. Right. Some wellies. I think we need them. Ah, here we are. Get rid of that. Let's go over to the workbench. Right, I'll turn the camera around for you. Some wire. Get rid of that. Some two-stroke oil. Mixing jug, here it is. I think that's it. That is a diesel heater. I knew we'd got one somewhere. And all the pipes, exhaust. Let me bring that back. Got the exhaust, heater vent, wiring loom, the clicky clacker fuel pumps there. Wiring. Yeah. Oh, what's that? Oh, what's that? Oh yeah, we've even got the control gauge for it. So yeah, it's all there. Bracket, some sort of bracket. I think that goes, does that fit on there? I reckon that goes, no. Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah, it goes that way. Yeah, that fits on there. That's the mounting bracket. And there's some nuts in the bottom to screw on there, and then you can screw that to the wall. So that's it then. Right, I think we're away. So if you want to see me install that diesel heater out of that box, what I need you to do for me is click the subscribe button, ring the little bell, because we do loads of little projects like this and I don't want you lot to miss out. So smash that subscribe button for me, and I think I know where I'm gonna put it. We're gonna fit it in the workshop in here. But before we do that, I'm just going to get some advice. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
She's there.
I listen once I hear the wake word.
Can you tell me about Chinese diesel heaters?
From aimlesstravels.com. Chinese diesel heaters are affordable and have worked fantastic for our needs during the winter months.
That it? That's it. We've got the official go. So what I'm going to do is get the box down, get some tools out, and we're going to install it so we can warm the workshop up, because it's got a sliding door on. So at least we can keep that bit of the workshop warm, because apparently, according to the weather, it's going to be a cold one coming up soon. Middle of December, well, first week in December really, and it's going to get worse. So let's get it installed. So that's the workshop there, and I reckon I'm going to put it on that wall. Remove this stuff out the corner here. I reckon I'm going to mount it on that wall and put the pipe through, because it's only a plasterboard studded wall, so we can make a hole, put the thing through, keep all the workings workshop side, so I can put the little diesel tank down there on the floor, battery to run it off, etc. Get it all mounted on that wall, and yeah, then we shut the door and that side's warm then, and keep it nice and warm. That's the plan. Right, got some tools together, got a cordless drill, some pliers, I got a 10mm socket, hacksaw blade, and some tie wraps, a few screws, washers and clips, and I think the rest of the stuff is in the box. I've got the heater, so yeah, the rest of the stuff's in the box, so let's get down to it. Move this lot out of here. I'm going to mount it there on the wall, put a pipe through, get it wired up, and we'll see you in a minute. Got the heat exhaust. Sorry, we've got the heat exhaust, not the exhaust. Mark round that. We've made a hole through there in between the joists, and we've passed that through. So that's gonna. There we go. That's in. So that's going to blow the warm air into the office, and then that's going to curl up sort of like that. So we've already marked it out. That's going to do that sort of thing, like that, onto the night heater. So yeah, so that's that bit done. Get that out of the way. Let's get the next part. Oh. Right, so get this bracket on, so it's going that way up. Got just some screws and some repair washers. We've already pre-marked the hole with some studs. So that goes in there. That goes in there. Main body of the heater, some screws. That's the, which way around does it go? I think it goes that way. Yep. So we've got to be very careful now not to bend the fuel inlet, because it's very fragile. So drop that through there. That's it. Got some nuts and some studs. Get those on. Got the curse of working upside down. And this one is, it says name car parking heater, fuel diesel, model XMZ1. Related voltage 12 volts 40 watts, heating power 5 kilowatt to 8 kilowatt. So it might be a pretty powerful thing. I mean, I've got an 8 kilowatt log burner at home, and that kicks out some power, so I haven't used this in a long while. A friend of mine gave it to me about 3 years ago, and he used to heat, used to use it in a racing kennel for dogs, to keep dogs warm. And I do believe he's upgraded now. He's got 2 or 3 of these all over the place, and keeps everything nice and warm. That's that done. So that now should bend up onto there. There's a clamp for that somewhere. There's a clamp. That should just fit onto there. Like so. Just tighten that up. There we go. Next bit, we've got some clamps, and we've got, I think that's an air filter. That must be the air intake. We've got the exhaust, and we've got a piece of pipe for the air intake. So let's get the exhaust on first. Get a clamp on there. 2 sides to that, that's the exhaust outlet. What I'm going to do with this, let's see, bend that a little bit. Bend that down, because what I want to do is I'm going to screw that down and under the wall and bring it this way, so I can get another piece of this tubing onto there, and I'm going to run it around the corner and drill a hole through the wall and take it outside. But just for trial purposes, we're just going to vent it into the workshops. There's plenty of holes in the roof, so I don't think we're going to gas ourselves with that. Then we've got the air induction. This is clean fresh air in for the injector. So I'll just put the filter on the end of that, or maybe not. Go. Screws into there. Like wind it round the correlations in there. Let's get that out of the way. So away from that reach up to there. Maybe up there somewhere. I think that might do us. Up there, out of the way. Go. They're not very good. They don't give you enough pipe really, so but it's just for demonstration purposes. See whether it works, see whether it does its job. So exhaust's on. Actually thinking about it, I'm gonna move this exhaust because I don't want it venting near the air intake. So let's take that out. Let's get rid of that. And let's put that down there, out of the way. And put it onto the side of the, we'll screw it onto there, and then it can go out and round. I think that's a better job. So That's it, battery's gone. Come out. Ah. Get the battery on charge. Okay, well the cordless is charging. We'll do it the old-fashioned way with a screwdriver. Get that on there. There we go, that's fixed on there. Right, so exhaust fitted. That's going to have an extension piece onto there. It's going to go out there through the wall. Just got to go and get some of that. Heat exhaust into the workshop. That's mounted. Brackets on the wall. Clean air in. So now we've got a multi-plug. Let's go and sort the wiring loom out, I think. That's the next job. Right, so I've just found this bit of aluminium plate. I think we used it for a gear stick housing in the Ital, and it was surplus, so we cut it wrong. So I've just put it round there, just to try and neaten that up a bit, so it doesn't. If it does get hot, it won't scorch. We've got that on, and I've put the time clock up there. Just made a hole through, straight through, a little bit of sleeving. Thread the wire through, so the time clock's on this side, because I'm not sure if that's got a thermostat in it to control the room temperature. So until we get it powered up, we will never know. So back around this side. Spaghetti junction. This is the wiring loom. You've got multi-plug power to there. I believe there's, oh, that one goes to the time clock. That one will go to the clicky-clacker pump, and that one, which needs a little bit of modification, is 12 volt power in with a fuse. I don't know what size fuse it is. Blue, what's that? 5 amp fuse, oh 15 amp fuse on a blue. So we need to make some sort of harness so we can connect that to a battery, so we'll get on with that in a minute. So that multi-plug goes into there, and then which one's the, okay, that one's for the time clock. So what I'm going to do, I've decided we're going to connect that up like so, and then we're going to shove it all in the wall, because we don't need to see it and it's safe in there. And we can shove all the wire down inside the false cavity and get rid of a load. Neaten the job up a bit. Okay, the clicky-clacky pump. Take note, on there there's an arrow telling you the flow, which direction it pumps. So make sure you get that. That goes to the bottom of the diesel burner. What I've done, I've just got a 90-degree bracket like that. Just a Jubilee clamp round it to hold it, because they don't send a bracket with this, or there wasn't nothing in the box. And then I'm going to mount that upside down underneath the unit, and I'm going to use one of the studs off the base, and so that's up nice and neat out the way with the pipe straight into the inlet. So let's go and do that now. Okie dokie, right. Exhaust's on, heat, exhaust's on, we've got the wiring loom in. All we've got left coming down the bottom is the 12 volts, which we've got. What, you have to buzz your ball? There you go, that's his ball. Yeah, 12 volt, so I'm just going to make a better end for that with some battery terminals on. So that's in, ready. Got rid of all the spare wiring loom up there into the wall. That's going to be just fastened there out of the way. Clicky-clacker pumps mounted underneath there. This is the diesel in pipe. So when we get a tank just there, or something, little tank on the wall there, that'll go into that. And I've just got some diesel pipe fittings just to get this out of the way and screw it onto the wall. So get that on, we'll make that end off, we'll get a battery and get some diesel and we'll fire it up, see how it goes. So there we have it, installation complete. I'll just show you what we've done. We've mounted that on the bracket. Okay, I'll get the camera right down. There's the clicky clacker pump on the 90-degree bracket, which is fastened to the base of the fixing for the thing. Exhaust, fresh air in, the wiring's all neatly tie wrapped up the back out the way. Exhaust down there onto there. We're going to extend that, go around the corner, move all this out the corner and straight through the wall. But for demonstration purposes, it'll not matter. Just vented into the workshop. We've got a leisure battery, big one. It's one we use for the electric fences for the sheep on the farm. Just temporarily, because I haven't got any crocodile clips, so I've just temporarily put a couple of hose clips around with some spade ends on, just to power it up. Fuel line comes out the bottom of the clicky clacker on the wall, and then it's just gently fastened. And again, we've just got a diesel can, got to get a proper tank, so I believe you can get them on eBay, so I'm going to fit a proper tank there so I can fill it. But just for demonstration purposes, we're going to use that. All the wiring's in through the wall. Round this side, we've got the heat vent with heat guard, and we've got the time clock there. So, I don't know if you can see that or not, but it is lit up. We've got a timer, some sort of Wi-Fi setting, a battery, and then the diagram of the heater, which won't focus. There we go, with the fan speed, etc. So, battery's on, everything's in place. The fuel line, I've done it purposely clear so we can see it pulling the diesel up. So I'm going to switch it on now and see. One last thing, let's just have a look. I mean, it's not going to be fantastic straight away, but we are at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, currently 6 degrees inside this workshop. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to close that door, and I'm going to close that door and see what happens. So, press the power button. See what happens. I can see the fan going round. There we go, we've got some sort of time clock come up. Fan starting. Okay. Machine's burst into life. We've got air coming out of that side. Clicky clacker's not working yet. So that's making noise, which is good. Let's have a look on this again. When the focus decides to work. Temperature 35 degrees. So we've got no ignition light yet. There should be a little picture of an injector there that comes on. Settings, let's go into settings. What we got in there? Time clock. Locked. Constant. Right, I think I can hear the clicky clacker. Yeah. Can you hear that? Woody woodpeckers are going. That's clicking, which is really annoying, so we're going to have to mount that on some rubber, I think. Little upgrade. Starting to smell unburnt fuel. Yep, fuel's going up the line, I can see the little bubbles. So it's priming. It's getting faster. getting faster. That's blowing really good. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Just so you can see how much air is coming out of that. There's a piece of toilet paper. Now that's blowing some serious wind through there. Three, 7. Right, the injectors come on now. Can you see? We've got the picture of the, it's very difficult. Picture of the injectors on now. So I think the injector's starting to fire. Yeah, we've got something's happening now. We've got warm exhaust fumes coming out of there. And we've got a diesel leak. She's dripping under there, look, you see it? We've got a fuel leak. What can we do with that? Why is that leaking? It's coming from the top. Now it's running down the wall. There we go. So I need to address that before we go any further. Okay, so I've temporarily put a tie wrap round there, and I think I've stopped it. There's a little bit of residue diesel, as you can just see it burning off the exhaust. But it's fired back up. Exhaust hot. This side, it's just starting to blow warm. This side's just starting to blow warm air. Where's my demonstrator? There we go. Look at that. That's basically what it's blowing through. So it's shifting some air. Also, the fuel level is more or less to the bottom. It's a full can. The pipe's in the bottom, so we're going to monitor that, see how much diesel it uses. Exhaust nice and hot, plenty of heat coming out of there. Clicky clackers clicking, and yeah, everything seems to be working. So what we're going to do now, we're going to close the doors and close the workshop door, close the other door, and see how fast, just see how fast it does warm up. So that's that door closed. This is like the workshop area stroke kitchen stroke office, so we'll close that one and see, and we'll see how quickly this room heats up. So what did I say it was on the thermometer? Let's have a look. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 degrees. It's rising though. 6.5. Mainly because the air's blowing straight at the thermometer, really, across the room. So that's starting to get warm. That is getting warm. It's not scalding hot, but it's warm. So if you've enjoyed today's video installing the Chinese gas heater, which we've had on the shelf in the workshop for about 2 or 3 years, never used, but apparently everybody's going mad for them on YouTube, so we thought we'd show you a quick video on how to install them. So if you've enjoyed it, give us a thumbs up, click subscribe, and share it with your friends, and we'll see you on the next one. Right then. Chinese diesel heater, yeah, it's we've installed it, we've tested it, it seems to work. So this room I'm in now, it was about 6 degrees, and it's probably, I don't know, 6 meters by 5 meters square. I don't know. It took it up to 14 degrees in here, and I've just turned it down. Well, I've turned it off now, but it's you just see my breath just cooling down. But it did go up to, on the thermometer on the wall, it went up to 10.5. On the thermometer near the outlet on the time clock, which is there, it went up to 14. So yeah, averaging 12 degrees in here and it's cold outside, just from that little, I don't know, 3-inch, that little 3-inch diameter hole there, blowing it out, blows it straight across. So hopefully it'll stop the toilet freezing in winter. Now these Chinese diesel heaters, you can run them on white diesel, red diesel, kerosene. I shouldn't say this, but waste engine oil. If you mix it with a bit of diesel, it's free heat. You know what I'm saying? It's free heat. It's illegal, but it's free heat. So, yeah, that's where we're at. Thumbs up. Had a good day. Yeah, thumbs up. Click like, click subscribe if you want to see some more, and we'll see you next time.